Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And we're off and running in Las Vegas. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Straight to the air they go. That one's on the mark, Jakobi Meyers. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know what I like about that kick? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. First carry here for Aaron Jones. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. That's complete. It's the rookie from Georgia. A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he's stuck cold at the spot. We'll keep paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage.
And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Herbert now off the play fake. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. That's grabbed inside the 30. He goes the distance. Touchdown, LA. The Chargers finish off their opening drive. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Pass brought in by Amari Cooper. And he's out of bounds, up at his own 45. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And That's a Vegas first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Milton back to throw. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get two hands on it the next time.
Second and 10 now. He gets this to Michael Mayer. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Man in motion here. This is hauled in by Myers. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Throw on third down. That's caught for the first. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Raiders first. From the gun, Jones gets it. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Motioning Myers right. Here we go, 2nd and very long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
That crunches off the right upright, no good. And the score remains knotted, 7-all.
Man, that is a sound every kicker dreads. I really thought it had a chance to sneak in, but instead, it's rejected by the upright.
Herbert on first down. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now here he goes.
You know, sometimes, and you've heard this from a lot of the great coaches, know when to lose a battle to win the war. And that time, just simply not taking a loss, pretty big deal for the offense.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Finding Davis. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. They're looking at first down here. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Give him 13 on that play. And the Chargers will have a first.
First down, Chargers.
Herbert back to throw. Davis there to grab it. And he'll be out of bounds just a yard or two short of that 25. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's got it in the red zone. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal.
Didn't take a rocket scientist to know, Kate. They wanted to get the ball in this guy's hands any way they could, not just in the passing game, and he just showed you why. This defense not prepared for his impact on the ground.
And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Herbert throwing again. Touchdown, L.A. Dicker on now for the PAT.
Cameron Dicker for the extra point.
Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Connects with his back, Aaron Jones. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Straight ahead they go with Jones. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd down, here's Jones. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Has the connection to Jones. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Buying some time right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Raiders looking for a score before halftime. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now Milton to throw. He's trying to go deep again. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're they're stuck facing fourth down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Here's Milton. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. They come through with a massive gain there on fourth down. 24 yards, and it's a first down.
Oh, I love fourth downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
First and 10, here's Jones. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the 19. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Got to it right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, he moved past that earlier miss pretty quickly here, Kate. Nice to see that. And now he can carry a little momentum with him to end this opening half.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Darius Davis to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. First and 10. Here's Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. To the line they go. It's 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down. Before halftime, we get a timeout taken. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Looking to throw. Oh, he got some air under this one. Deep down the middle. Big gain downfield. zone with no time remaining in the half. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here comes Davis. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st down, they'll run. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Dumped off to his running back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach, a play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From midfield on 2nd down. Escapes the pocket. This is caught inside the 15. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they paid the price over and over and over again.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers push their lead to 18. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Milton now. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Milton. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, two-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Second and 6 now. Finds a seam down the middle. And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Raiders start the second half with some needed points. Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders make it an 11-point ball game. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here comes Davis. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to push this in to around the 27. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 4.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Tight end going in motion here. Throwing on first is Herbert. Finds him over the middle. Now touching down a couple of yards away from that marker.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Handoff on second and short. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Working quickly here. On third down, Herbert. Completed to Davis. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a two-score game to begin the fourth. Less than a yard needed here on fourth. Quick throw finds about right. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on fourth down, and they move those chains. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Running back sent in motion left. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Throwing the out route complete. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. It's Herbert once more. Davis there to grab it. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Herbert throwing again. He's on the move. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball, it's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's going to advance them down to the 4-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They give it to him again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. They took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down. Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. A touchdown and field goals, not going to get it done anymore.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. To throw, Milton. Connects on the crosser. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Oh, the football's loose. Oh, and they got it back. This play is still live. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. It's crunch time now, baby. 2-score game, just 2 timeouts, plus, of course, that 2-minute warning. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Or he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Second down, they go pass here, and it's intercepted to kill the drive.
And that is one way defensively to get your teammates off the field. That was all about anticipation. Great move there by the defender to take it away and put his offense on the field.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Another carry for him. Cuts right. Has another lane. And he's finally stopped across midfield at the 47. It's a pickup of 26. And the Chargers will have a first.
First down, Chargers.
Back to the well again. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. Wow, they're going to pass it here. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it brings up an LA first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. He rolls to his right. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And it sets up 2nd down.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Chased out to his right. Complete out to the right. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone.